You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy.
What up, what up, what up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Finn Posse Podcast. I'm your host, Big C, and this is brought to you by Game Changers Media. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Saturday. Usually I'm not here on Saturday. I'm tired as shit. I'm going on about 2 hours of sleep. But how's everybody doing this morning? How's everybody doing this? Well, it's overcast here in upstate New York. But how's the weather? How's the weather where y'all are at? Any big plans for the weekend? What's up? What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me. I cannot wait till we get real football back. I cannot wait. Because it's nice to dive into players, check out players, talk about the draft, talk about free agency, but it becomes very repetitive. And I just can't wait till we can get back to Sunday football, breaking down the games, breaking down, what's going on around the league. I'm so excited for it to be back. I hate this part of the year. Football season is too short, and I understand they're making it longer by eliminating the preseason game here and changing it to 17 games, and then I'm hearing 18 games. Obviously, the players can't play year round; their bodies just couldn't take it. It just sucks. It just sucks. Yeah, it does, Scotty. It definitely feels like we've, by the time it's all said and done, you probably have gone over every single option. You would like to feel like every single possible option for your team. We'll go over hundreds of prospects for the Miami Dolphins. And what's crazy is that they'll end up picking up like the 2 or 3 that we didn't do. You know what I mean? They'll end up grabbing the guys that we didn't go over. Elwood, good morning, good morning, good morning. Aquavision, hello, good morning to you. Let's make sure we hit that like button. 18 games, 2 bye weeks, 2 joint practice preseason. That's what makes sense. I just hate don't get me wrong. I like the extra games because it's more football. But it just throws me off when it comes to, I've grew up on in my whole life, you have this set standards of what a good season looks like. And now this changes everything up. You know what I mean? I remember a good season was 90 to 100 catches for a wide receiver, 1,000 to 1,300 yards. And of course, you had players who had great seasons. Jerry Rice back in, I don't even know what year he had the huge year he had. I want to say it was in the late 80s, probably. Running backs, the elite running backs got over 1,000. The very top running backs, that 13 to 1,400 yards. Quarterbacks, if you hit 4,000 yards passing and 27 to 30 touchdowns, you know what I mean? And now the stats are just out of control. A lot of it has to do with the rule changes. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to touch offensive players like you were back in the day. So of course, and offense sells tickets. Offense sells merchandise. Scoring is what's popular. So they want more and more offense. They want the high scoring games. They want quarterbacks to throw for 5,000 yards and 40 plus touchdowns. And now receivers are having 130, 140 catches and 1,800 yards on the reg. Running backs, we had 2 approaching. Derrick Henry was close to 2,000 yards this year too, right? We had Saquon break the overall record for most yards in a season. So I mean, it definitely throws you off what you're used to and what you considered a good season used to be. But I don't know. Change is definitely difficult. I'm glad there's more football. It's just different. You know what I mean? Good morning, Timothy. How are you doing this morning? So the last 2 days, I had made videos the prior night breaking down some top offensive line prospects that I thought were going to be available for us from rounds 3 to towards the end of the draft. And then yesterday I did the defensive tackles that were going to be available if we draft with our first round draft pick. And I was going to do the video from rounds 2 to 5, 3 to 5. But I just didn't get a lot of views on the video. And man, it's a lot more work to make a pre-recorded video for some reason. Well, at least it was for me. Maybe I'm not very computer savvy, so there was a lot of time and effort for not a lot of views. So I decided just to break them down today. I gotta. Lots of times we get to talking and I don't get into the information that I had planned. I gotta kind of just push through it a little bit, and I'm not ignoring anybody. I don't think that for a second, but I definitely got to I got to deliver the information that is advertised on the thumbnail. You know what I mean? They can have their offense, give me an elite defense all day. Yeah, I mean, that's just what sells. It's what's sexy. You know what I mean? It's what people like to see. Edward, good morning. Many predicting a D tackle in the draft. We draft a D tackle, upgrade the loss of Calais Campbell. Uh, Actually, I was going to bring that up. You know, Barry Jackson said that the Miami Dolphins feel like they have a very good chance of bringing Calais back. We obviously have more than just needs at the defensive tackle position. We need another guard, but I don't think the Miami Dolphins or Chris Greer are going to draft a guard in the first. They're not going to draft a guard within the first 2 rounds. They might even not draft a guard in the 3rd round. So I don't think we go offensive line again until at least the 4th round. So that leaves the defensive backfield and the defensive line. Calais is getting an offer from Cincinnati now. Great. Yeah, Scotty. That'd be the smart thing to do, right? And I'm in agreement with you 100%. I'm in agreement with you 100%, Scotty, that I would not let that change how I drafted. But we know how Chris Greer acts. We know how Chris Greer thinks. And the question I had for you all is if Calais resigns with us and lets us know before the draft, does that guarantee we go corner or safety with our first overall pick? Do you think that guarantees that we go corner or safety with our first overall pick, or do you think that Chris Greer is smart enough to realize that Calais Campbell at the very most is a 1-year rental, and we still need to hit a home run at the defensive tackle position? Because I say we still go trenches. I sound like a broken record. I keep saying it and saying it and saying it. Every time someone brings up another player from another position, I keep going with it. I've been steady and strong on it. We gotta get the trenches better. We got to get the trenches better. When people say Will Johnson, listen, he's great. This kid got a lot of potential. He would help this team a lot. I just don't think he would help this team as much as an elite defensive tackle. So I don't care. Unless your name is Membu, I'm going defensive line. Unless Membu falls to us, I'm going defensive line. Sadly, I agree that Chris Greer is not as worried about his new offensive line as the fans are. Yeah, I mean, listen, they weren't worried about it at all last year. Now they've added James Daniels. They feel like a top free agent guard. I'm sure they're fine with the offensive line now, which worries me, because they went out and made one really decent move. We hope the guy comes back from his Achilles injury. But with the other moves that we're not huge fans of, he's made a few moves along the offensive line. Who knows what Chris Greer's thinking? Who knows? He might think we're set. I wouldn't put nothing past him. certain fans need to come to the reality that Greer's expectations is either Eichenberg or Borman starting at left guard. Yeah, like that. I believe that too, Scotty. At least initially, everybody says, "Oh, Eichenberg is just a backup. Why are you crying? Why you?" Even CB83 the other night, he was like, "I don't get why everybody's so upset about a backup." I'm not upset about a backup guard. I'm not happy that we brought Liam Eichenberg back. You know what I mean? He was terrible, but I'm upset that you gave him guaranteed money, and that guaranteed money makes me feel like you have more plans for him than him to just be a backup player on this team. I wouldn't be mad either way, but you're about to talk about some deep tackles that can be great in the league. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can be great. These are defensive tackles that I think that we can get at the end of the second, all the way to the 5th round, and then tomorrow, well, Monday. I got to take one day. Monday we'll break down the 5th through the 7th round defensive tackles I think we can get. I'd like us to double dip. I think we need the double dip at the defensive tackle position. We have 10 picks in this draft. I'd like us to see us take multiple guards, multiple defensive tackles. We need at least a safety. I'd say 2 corners, maybe a linebacker. You could throw in a quarterback, short yardage running back, maybe a tight end. Yeah, I mean, let's hope that Chris Greer doesn't believe that, but Greer gave guaranteed money 2.5 to Broom and 2.5 to Eichenberg. That's $5 million starting left guard money. Yeah, I mean, we could have got someone way better. Do we have the second highest paid backup quarterback behind Kirk Cousins? I think Marcus Mariota might be. I think Mariota might be a little bit higher, and then depending on what Daniel Jones. But I think they're gonna. I think the Colts brought Daniel Jones in to compete for the starter spot. They better not draft Shamir Stewart. They better not. What's he got? Listen, I don't care. He's got 4.5 sacks his whole college career. Give me a break. Not to mention that if you name one area of strength on this team, it's probably our outside linebackers, pass rushers. I feel like we're all right there. We're good. As long as Jalen Phillips, Chubb comes back, you got Chop. I think we're all right there. So number one on the list, the defensive tackles that I could see being a fit for this team. And again, I asked the question, if Calais Campbell comes back, does that automatically, in your mind, lead you to believe that we're going corner or safety in the first round? If Calais comes back, does that eliminate defensive tackle in the first round for you? And not even for you, but do you believe that eliminates defensive tackle in the first round for Chris Greer? Because we've shown multiple times that what we think is best for the team doesn't necessarily match what Chris Greer does. And we got to go based off his attention, his opinion. I say no, it doesn't eliminate it. But do you think Chris Greer thinks it eliminates defensive tackle in the first round? So I got let me see. Number one on today's list, we got TJ Sanders, defensive tackle, South Carolina Gamecocks, 6'4", 297 pounds, ran the 40 in 4.95. Listen, he can go anywhere from mid-second to the 3rd round, early 3rd. So, I mean, he's a little bit in that fringe area. He's a little bit in that fringe area. I think he should be available at pick 48 if we decide to go corner safety in the first round. I think TJ Sanders will be there in the second round. TJ Sanders, he's got a tackle grade of 73, pass rush grade of 87, run D grade of 85. Like I said, he ran the 40 and 4.95. So anything under 5 is exceptional for a defensive tackle. The guy's got violent hands. He's constantly knocking the center off balance, which is phenomenal. He gets his hands into their pads, hits them hard. It throws the center off balance. He's got a great ability to get through tight spaces. I noticed when watching him, he's got a great ability to fit through tight spaces, and he gets in the quarterback's face, and it affects the quarterback. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball or got to get out the pocket. The guy is super versatile. He's lined up all over the line from 0 to 5 technique, which is nice. That's nice that you have a player that can fit in anywhere. It's nice that when you can get players that can fit in anywhere. The guy's got advanced pass rushing moves. He's got a devastating rip move and a great inside scissors move. Inside scissors counter that instantly puts linemen in recovery mode. Linemen just can't handle it. They instantly get into recovery mode, and that's when bad things happen. That's when bad things happen for the offense. He's got active hands. He gets his hands on the football, deflected passes, change it. Quarterbacks got to worry about that. When you get a couple knockdown balls in a game, a quarterback is constant. That gets in the back of a quarterback's mind. You know what I mean? And that's half the battle. That's winning half the battle. Listen, when guys are in the SEC, you gotta feel confident that they can make a smooth transition to the NFL. When you're in the SEC, you gotta believe that the transition to the NFL should be pretty smooth. SEC is the power conference in college football. That is the creme de la creme of conferences. That's where the big guys, the big boys are. That's where the big boys play. That's where most of your top players in the country come from. He constantly showed up against the best SEC competition. So I believe wholeheartedly that he'll come into the NFL, be able to do that. I think that limits the potential of being a bust. If you're a player that's constantly playing competition that's not to your level or not NFL level or not the highest level, regardless, you gotta consider, is their production just because they're playing players that aren't as good as, you know what I mean, the top talent in the country? So it's nice to see players that are SEC players coming out. You feel, it makes me feel more comfortable anyway. He's got great short area quickness. He's got an explosive first step that allows him to win the race to the gap. Again, he's just constantly got the center and the guards in recovery mode. They're constantly trying to overcome their mistakes, overcome his quickness, and again, that leads to bad things. It gets the offensive lineman out of position, which affects running lanes, which affects pass blocking, and it sets up the linebackers to be able to get through blitzes, safeties to get through blitzes, because the guards can't. They're in recovery mode. They got to worry about blocking TJ Sanders, and they forget maybe what their initial job is on that play. Let's see. I think defensive tackle or DB at 13 now. No matter what happens at this point. Edward says, Scotty, I agree with D back, but cornerback, then safety in that order at 13. I'm trading back from 13. Do you guys not think that yeah, Will Johnson that probably puts you out on Will Johnson. I think the corner from Texas might be there a little bit later. Maybe pick 20. But I think I'm trading back. Unless you have your heart set on Will Johnson and he's still there. If Membu's gone and Will Johnson's gone, do you trade back at pick 13? I have about 21 locks already for our offense. I believe this draft will be defensive focused. I only have 14 locks for defense at this moment. Yeah, Scotty, I agree. I think we have at least 4 picks on defense. I'm always looking for a trade back for me I think that's what's smart. I think that's what's smart at this point. Obviously, if Membu's there or if you're absolutely in love with Will Johnson, I get it. But anything else, a lot of these players are too close. They're too close to call. They're just too close to call. And I think that you can get similar talent if you trade back, and it gives you an opportunity to get more draft capital in a very deep draft. If you can add more draft capital in a deep draft, that's a win-win. It brings down the age of this team. It brings down the salary of this team. I think that's the smart move. Jose says, I'm only trading back if I know I'm getting a Starks and another player in the first. Trading back would be the best option. Picking up an extra second or third. Yes, Daniel, 100%. Shake Money, what up? What up? Jankety Jam, Greer doesn't usually do the smart thing in the draft. That's the problem. That is the problem. More picks in the second and third and fourth. Yes, Elwood, there's a lot of talent available there. The trade back has to include a second round pick. I'm not going to take a move for a third. Man, Scotty, I might take the one for the third. A second would be prime. Obviously, we want the second round pick. But I might still take that third round pick. We can get a lot of good players in that third round, especially if it's a higher third round. If it's at the bottom of the third round, might as well be a fourth round. I can see maybe turning it down. But I just think the trade down makes too much sense to pass it up. Would you trade away any picks next year? Probably not. They're trying to do a rebuild next year. We might need all our picks next year to go out and, again, I like Tua. I think he's a good quarterback. My biggest thing with Tua is that we can't rely on him on a week-to-week basis. We may need all our draft ammunition next year to go out and get a quarterback. We might need all our picks next year to move up to grab a quarterback. So yeah, I don't think they trade away any of the picks. I think they're trying. They got it in their head that this year they're going to do what they're going to do, and next year there's going to be some kind of mini rebuild. I don't think he touches the picks next year. I don't. Why open up and make all these contracts expire after this year to mess with his draft picks next year? I don't think Stephen Ross is letting him mess with anything beyond this year. My hope is Ross has had short lockup contract restructure. So I'm hoping he locks down trading next year's picks as well. That's what would make sense, Scotty. If he's going to lock up the spending for next year, I don't think he's going to allow Chris Greer to mortgage the future drafts away. Yeah, I don't see that. We got 14 people in the building. Can we get 14 likes? We got 14 likes right now, guys. Please help a brother out. Let us hit that algorithm. Come on. Come on. Come on. Shimon. Next on my wait. We gotta hit a couple weaknesses for TJ, Mr. TJ, because he's not a perfect player. I noticed he's got inconsistent pad level against double teams, which gets him in trouble and allows it linemen to move him when they double team him. Lots of times he stops his feet after initial contact, which limits his ability to convert speed to power. You know, if you're not moving your feet, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to throw these big. Everybody's big and strong in the NFL. If you're not moving your feet and constantly using your motor, you're not going to be able to put pressure on people. You're not going to be able to move the guards and the tackles and the centers out of the way. He's got to get better at keeping his feet moving. Definitely got to get better at doing that. But other than that, I think TJ Sanders is a real nice prospect. I think that he can come in and, you know, whether we have Calais here or not, I think he could start. I think he can start immediately. Of course he's gonna have bumps in the road, you know what I mean? Most rookies do. But I think that he can give us quality play in his rookie year. Yeah, I mean he's not a huge guy. He's not super small though. I mean 6'4", 297. I mean it's not huge, but it's not. I mean he's not super small. I mean I think he's decent. I mean, he's not a big old nose tackle type, you know what I mean? Which our next guy is. I think he's gonna be a fan favorite. We're talking about Deion Walker. My man, Deion Walker. I like this guy a lot. He actually reminds me a lot of Calais. He's a huge man, 6'7", 331. He ran the 40 in 5.28. He's going to be available in the third, maybe the early fourth. I don't think he makes it to the fourth, honestly. I think he's going to be a third round pick. Deion Walker, 6'7", 331. That's a big boy. That's a big man. That's a big man. Imagine if we had Zeller, Campbell, Walker. I mean, that could be a reality, man. That could be a reality. This is a Calais Campbell mini-me, in my opinion. His tackle grade is 67, which you'd like to see better. Pass rush grade, 82. Run grade is 78. He's got a rare blend of mass and mobility, shockingly quick for his size. You're definitely surprised to see something that big move that fast. Walker's going late second round, my opinion. I mean, anything's possible. Anything is possible, but that's a lot of defensive tackles. That's a lot of defensive tackles. He's got natural power. Single blockers don't really stand a chance against this guy. He's just such a big, strong guy that single blockers don't really, you know what I mean? Well, I didn't think that, Scotty. He's got more than just attitude issues, in my opinion, from what I've seen and what I've read up on him. Um, he's so big that he creates instant interior pressure with his bull rush. Again, just such a big, physically imposing player. You're more nervous about taking Nolan than Deion Walker? Again, so big he creates instant interior pressure with his bull rush right up the middle. That's problems. That's problems. If your center's getting back right up into you, that's going to create problems for the offense. He's got surprisingly short area quickness. Like I said, someone that big is not supposed to move that fast. That much power, that much speed can be dominant. Can be dominant. It's overwhelming. That short area quickness allows him to shoot the gaps, which is how's Walker's motor? I think he's strictly a nose tackle. We're going to talk about that in a second. He's got a strong upper body, active hands, which help him defeat blocks as a run defender and a pass rusher. His active hands and his quick first step help him in both his pass rush and stopping the run. He shows flashes of dominant play when fresh. At the beginning of the game, the guy dominates. He just strictly dominates. At the beginning of the game, the guy dominates. When this guy is fresh, when the game starts, 6'7", 330 pounds, offensive line just tries to stay in front of him. They try to do what he can. Because this guy is just he's a problem. He is a problem. He's got 3 years of, he's a 3-year starter in the SEC, so he's proven against elite talent. Again, the SEC is the creme de la creme of the college football world. Now, this is my problems with Deion Walker. Is he a bad second half player? I wouldn't go as far to say he's bad, but he's got is conditioning. He's got conditioning concerns. He wears down quick, and he is so much less effective. He wears down quick. It's noticeable on film. He's not the same player in the second half of games. He is not the second half player in games. His motor runs hot and cold throughout games because of his conditioning. And it's the only other thing I can say is it's a little concerning his lack of effort when he gets tired. His effort definitely goes down when he gets tired. So that's something they're going to have to work on. Conditioning. The guy can be great. He can be a dominant player. I mean, taking plays off doesn't necessarily have to be attitude. It can, if the guy just might not be able to hang. He's a big boy, given extreme effort, dominating the first half of games. He might not want to take plays off. He might have to. So he's definitely got to figure that out. I mean, that's a, and not trying to disagree, Scotty. I just feel like putting that under attitude it leaves a lot to be desired. As far as, if you told me that a player has an attitude problem, I'm not thinking he gets tired quick. You know what I mean? Taking plays off while you're on the field. I'm just saying, like, if you're tired, you're tired. If it's because of his conditioning, it's not because he's got a bad attitude. Conditioning is because I'm tired. I can't keep going. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm fine. I'm in great shape and I don't feel like playing this play. You know what I mean? It's I just think that it's a different category with him. If you're just strictly taking plays off, absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. That's an attitude. But if it's because you're getting worn down and tired, I don't put that under attitude. I think he needs to change his diet and figure something out with it. He got to figure something out with his body. You know what I mean? Maybe he's got to get a little leaner. And yeah, that Florida sun, that will kill him. That South Florida sun will get him. If he think he ain't wearing out in Kentucky, you know what I mean? That South Florida sun, we need oxygen mask for him. You need something for him. But other than that, this guy can be, listen, if you get his conditioning under control, he can be a great player for us. I like those big defensive tackles where one guy's just not, you can't put one guy on him. You got to put multiple guys on him to stop him. Because when you got to use, listen, football is 11 on 11. When you got to use two guys to block one, that leaves somebody else free. Would you guys prefer the big physical defensive tackle, or you want more of a quicker rusher, pass rushing defensive tackle? I like the big guys. I'm not gonna lie, I like the big guys. I like the Ted Washington types, the Vince Wilfork types. Yeah, I mean, when you see him walk onto the field and that's who your assignment is for the day, that's not fun. That's not a fun day at the office, trust me. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Scotty. Plus, they always say that Zieler's defensive end. I see him more as a defensive tackle, but Zieler had a career high in sacks last year, correct? So, I mean, we can get our pass rush from Zieler. Are you guys a fan of 3-4 or 4-3 defense? I like the thought of two defensive tackles and then like Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb on the outside as defensive ends. And then you got Chop Robinson as outside linebacker. That's why I like Caldwell, 6'2", 340-pound, nonstop motor. Yeah, I like 4-3. That's, you know what I mean? I think, I mean, personally, I think the 3-4 is probably more effective against the pass, how people pass the ball today. But yeah, I mean, that is true, Scotty. Everything is, you know what I mean? You kind of play a little bit of each. You kind of played a little bit of each. We got 17 in the building. It's Saturday. I came in on my day off. Can you give me a like for that? Can I get a like for that? Can I get some love that I'm here on my day off with you fine folks? Then I'm rocking out on 2 hours of sleep. Rocking out on 2 hours of sleep. Could it be load management? Could what be load management? Philadelphia rush 4 won the Super Bowl. Philadelphia drafts awesome though. They do such a great job with bringing in young talent. You constantly see them. They'll draft somebody at a position that they got an all pro at already. And you're like, why are they drafting them? Well, they're so deep. They're such a deep team. It's all right, Shake. It's all right. You gotta shake it off. Shake it off. Cause the player's gonna hey. Travis Kelce. Did Travis Kelce catch a win on Taylor Swift or what? Now you can determine if you think she's overly attractive or not. But man, Travis Kelce went and nagged him a billionaire princess. Travis Kelce went he moved up in the world, man. He moved up in the world. Travis Kelce went and got him a billionaire princess. Yo, can you imagine like their Thanksgiving dinners, bro? You going over at Jason's house for Thanksgiving and Taylor Swift is with your brother, man. I couldn't imagine living a life like that. Like my brother dating Taylor Swift. Who's coming over for Thanksgiving dinner? Mom, Dad, Travis, Taylor. What? Oh man. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine. Like Taylor Swift is my sister-in-law. What? That's absolutely crazy. Next on the list, Jordan Phillips. Don't get it confused with another Jordan Phillips that also played defensive tackle, that also was a Miami Dolphin. But Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle, Maryland, the Terps, 6'2", 312 pounds. 6'2", 312 pounds. Ran the 40 at 5.10. He's got a tackling grade of 81, pass rush grade of 76, run defensive grade of 77. His draft projection is 4th, maybe late 4th, early 5th. Freak athlete. He's got jaw draping. Listen, the guy is a beast in the weight room. He's a beast in the weight room. He's got crazy numbers. 665 squat. A 365 power cling, which those showcase your explosiveness. A squat that high and a power cling that high, it shows how explosive you are. He's got a wrestling background, demonstrates exceptional wrestling based leverage technique. He's able to get underneath. Yeah, wrestlers have exceptional hand placement. He's able to get under offensive linemen's pads while maintaining balance through contact. He's surprisingly nimble, but again, these wrestlers have great balance. They got great balance, lateral movement. That's all part of wrestling. That's why I like wrestlers on my offense and defensive line. If you got a history in wrestling, chances are you got all the tools to be a successful offensive lineman, defensive lineman. He can mirror zone blocking schemes and maintain gap integrity with quick horizontal steps. He generates immediate vertical push with explosive first step. He can reset the line of scrimmage with timing snap when he can time the snap correctly. He uses heavy hands to effectively in the run game, delivers jarring vertical punch. That vertical punch creates instant separation between him and blockers. He's got really rare mobility for a 320-pound guy. He's able to cross face on slants and maintain pursuit on outside runs. So just because the run is getting out the pocket or the quarterback has escaped the pocket, he's still pursuing. He's still able to go and make the play. And then his biggest thing is he's only 20 years old. He's only got 2 years of significant playing time. This guy has so much untapped potential that is waiting to be tapped into. I think he's got a lot of upside. Weaknesses, a little concerning. He's delayed in processing blocking schemes. He's often a little late identifying blocks and leading the poor positioning. He doesn't have a wide variety of pass rush moves. He doesn't have a lot of production because he doesn't have a lot of pass rushing moves. He doesn't have a lot of production in passing situations. He's got 0 sacks after 2 seasons, which raises whether he should be on the field on third down. And he's got modest arm length. There's that arm length thing again. It eliminates his ability to stack and shed. He can get stuck on blocks even after winning the initial leverage battle. But I think Jordan Phillips can be a nice pick in the 4th, early 5th round. GM Howie Rossman is a rock star. He is. I can see Nolan going to the Eagles. I think he'll be gone by then. I love me some Taylor. Scotty says, I love me some Taylor. She's too skinny, ew. Listen, that girl has got so much damn money, man. And money ain't everything. Travis Kelce's rich. But, bro, she lives a different kind of life. Like, let me take the private jet. You know what I mean? And then I ain't gonna lie, I like some of her songs. That December song, check it out. That shit's a good song. She's pretty and worth a lot of money, but her ass is flatter than Florida. Man, she can buy whatever ass she want. Travis can talk her into that. Travis' girlfriend before her was a black girl, right? Travis said, I need that. Hell yeah. How you even mac at the Taylor Swift? You know what I mean? I think Taylor Swift is kind of easy. She's had a lot of boyfriends. Alfred Collins, Deion Walker, my favorites. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be other guys. I thought about going talking about Alfred Collins. We just can't go over everyone. You know what I mean? It's too hard to go over everyone. Deion Walker and JJ Pegas are on my list. JJ Pegas is on the next. He's on the next set of guys I do. I'm a Swift fan. I don't care what others think of me or her. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I like some of her songs. You gotta shake it off, shake it off. The play is gonna hey, 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 hey. She's got evil. I'm afraid she's not godly. Travis is working on a no prenup. He ain't demanded nothing yet. Yeah. Baby, that's our money, right? Man. Oh, she ain't. Listen, nobody in her family letting her get married without no prenup. Believe that. Believe that. They will kidnap her. You are not getting married without no prenup, Taylor. Swift is the new Madonna. I mean, that's an interesting comp. Interesting player comp. I don't think when I think of Taylor Swift, I definitely don't think Madonna. Madonna a little racy. I think Taylor mocked him. I think she's the aggressive one. She gets what she wants. Yeah, she probably did go after him. She ain't shy about it, I guess. She's had a lot of famous boyfriends. Listen, Taylor don't know what. Listen, Taylor don't know what she missing. She never messed with a regular. She never messed with a boy, one of these dirty regular boys. I eat it from the back. What? You had all these little rich boys that are pretty boys. Boy, I'll eat it from the back. Taylor Swift gonna end up in a song. I was at the football game and everybody was standing around. Oh man. Good times, good times. Hit that like button. How many likes we got? Someone tell me, let me know how many likes we got right now. We had 17 in the building. Please look out for me. We got to hit the algorithm. We got to get up in there. We got to get up in there. I got to offer a shake. You might know some more of this. I got someone that messaged me on Twitter, wants me to join their they got like I think they're trying to build like a sports podcast team. Almost like what TD and the boys over at the round table have done. Big C is a freak. Listen, I didn't know if, you know what I mean? I know how I handle my business. You know what I mean? I eat you like a fat kid eat cake. The next song is Travis ate it from the bag. Nah, Travis don't be eating it from the bag. Big C eat it from the bag. But anyway, Shake, this place, the sports network, it's an up and coming thing. They're trying to get me to come on and be a Dolphins Connect content creator under their network. Have you heard anything like that? We've left Saturday morning cartoon time, laugh out loud. I didn't say that you were wrong, just a freak. Man. That's not the freak. That's freak is if you eat the back. If you that make you nasty. All right, last guy on the list for today that the Dolphins could target here in the middle rounds. The middle rounds. We got Joshua Farmer Joshua Farmer. Joshua Farmer, Florida State. We got any Florida State Seminole fans in the house? Or any of you guys Florida State fans? 6'3", 305 pounds. Ran the 40 in 5.11 seconds. How many of you guys are Florida State fans? Anybody? Too small, that is me. How many likes we got, folks? Because we got 14 right now. Come on, let's go. Who's a Florida State fan? Thank you. I appreciate that, Shake. FSU. I'm a West Virginia alum and booster. Scotty, listen, they be saying some stuff about West Virginian people. They be saying stuff about West Virginia people. Let's go Gamecocks. Florida Gator. Yeah, I know, Shake. I know you like them Gators. No, you like them Gators. Gators. All right, Joshua Farmer. He's got a tackling grade of 70, pass rush grade of 76, run defense grade of 63. Not the greatest, but these scores are going to go down. I mean, we're getting lower in the draft. So the prospects are going to, they're going to not be as great. Explosive first step, jumps off the tape. Particularly when he is aligned in a 3 technique. His elite quickness puts him in rare company for a 318-pound guy. He's super quick. He's got a nasty push-pull swim combination move that regularly puts him in, puts interior linemen on skates. He shows the violence and timing to separate in tight quarters. Listen, the guy is, you can say he's undersized, but the guy is phenomenal. He's got heavy hands, packs a serious punch with initial contact. You definitely see it when he first puts his hands on offensive linemen. He's constantly shocking guards, and they're almost shocked by how strong he is with initial contact. He brings serious juice as a pass rusher when he has a plan. Showed he can stack moves together with his club swim and rip counter moves. His frame carries his mass extremely well. He looks like he's supposed to be that big. He's got a thick lower half. He's got broad shoulders that suggests that he can put a additional good weight on in the weight room. So the guy can get bigger and stronger without sacrificing. He shows the ability to stack and shed with proper extension. He's super impressive. He was super impressive against Clemson's interior line in 2023. Go check out that tape. That's a great tape to check out the type of player that Joshua Farmer can be. He's a high-level athlete for the position. who closes space in a hurry, and he has rare movement skills for a man his size. Again, men this big are not supposed to move that quickly. They're not supposed to be that nimble. Very impressed on how this guy moves. Very impressed. Some weaknesses with him. He struggles against double teams. If you're getting two blockers on him, it's going to pretty much take him out to play. He needs significant work on his technique. His pass rush plan comes and goes. Too many wasted rushes where he's just pushing forward without proper purpose. He's got to come up with a game plan. Too many times he just tries to use his power and bull rush and go straight ahead. And these offensive linemen are strong too. You can't sit there and bully all these offensive linemen. You got to have a game plan. You got to try to come out and use pass rush moves. He can get caught playing too high against zone schemes, allowing offensive linemen to reach him and seal running lanes. And his timing on block shedding needs work, often a beat late, disengaging, which limits his impact in the run game. So Joshua Farmer he's got a lot to work with. I'd prefer us targeting somebody else. But again, he's got the physical tools. If you can work on if you can get someone to work with him on his technique, his pass rush moves, you could untap that potential. He also has the ability to get stronger. Like I said, his frame is a frame that he could put on added weight and he'd still be able to keep his quickness. 17 likes. Thank you, Craig. What do you call a call girl from FSU? I don't know. A semen hole? We're getting dark and dirty here today. This draft is so deep in D tackle that we could draft two and still be able to pick up a decent undrafted defensive tackle. He doesn't play natural. Yeah, again, there's going to be players that you like, players that you don't. Jordan Farmer wasn't my favorite prospect that I took a look at, but he does have potential. He is a fantastic athlete, and he can be used in a multitude of ways. But yeah, that's my list for today. Again, I'm gonna get the guys in the last part of the draft. We're gonna take a look at some that could go in the late 5th, 6th round, and the 7th round. Guys that I think could be real steals for us late in the draft. We have 10 picks in the draft. Hopefully we can find diamond in the rough somewhere. That's how you can really win the draft. That's how you eliminate salary cap problems with your team, is being out of the draft well. Just think. It's not going to happen, but imagine if we hit on all 10 picks. Imagine if all 10 picks came in and were contributors for this team in year one. This team would be damn good, right? This team would be damn good. Deion Walker is him. I love Deion Walker's size. I do. Kenneth Grant is him, though. If I could have one guy in this draft, it's Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant is that perfect size, power, strength, speed. He's just an animal. if Weaver truly coaches Dion, I would take him at 48. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you. Sealer works well with a massive body next to him. We've seen it. Yeah, a little salt and pepper, right? Little salt, little pepper. Mason Graham, I didn't go over just because Mason Graham's not making it to us. I mean, Mason Graham is great. You know what I mean? Mason Graham's great. But Mason Graham wasn't making the 13, so I didn't bother. Unless something crazy happens. But Mason Graham's probably not making it to 13. So I didn't really, you know what I mean? It's like me going over Cam Ward. Cam Ward's not making it to us. Why? You know, trust me, there's enough guys to go over that. There's an opportunity for us to pick. Reported reason that Miami loves Tyreek Williams, maybe in a 13 trade back. I mean, I could see it. I mean, I went over Tyreek Williams in my video the other day. I don't like him better than Kenneth Grant, but I mean, I don't think it's a horrible pick. I don't think it's a horrible pick. All right, folks, I'm going to go get some sleep. I appreciate y'all meeting me here on this Saturday. I'll be back Monday, 10 a.m. You know what it is. Yeah, Mason. A lot of the people that I went over have wrestling backgrounds. Mason Graham is definitely a phenomenal talent. And if something crazy happens where he's smoking bowls and a video pops up, hey, I'd take him at 13. But yeah, I'll see you all Monday morning, 10 a.m. Thanks again for another great week. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Much love. You know what it is. Fins up. Peace.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing